this series of fretless basics. In the first two lessons we went over essentially some of the beginning ideas for learning to play in tune. Part of that was using double stops or two-note chords to train your ear as well as your hand. So I'm going to take that idea a little bit further and go into the triple stop, which is the first real chord voicing. It's 3 notes played at once. So in the first description of learning your chord structure, we talked about playing the root note and the third. In the case of the major third, it would be 1, 2, and 3 for this sound. 1 and 3. So if you continue to build a chord in thirds, which is the most common way to do it, you go from the third, fourth, to the fifth. So the notes in the major triad, which is what we call the basic chord 1, 3, 5, are 1, 3, and 5. If it's the minor, it's 1. A little darker sounding, a little more melancholy, a little sadder. Obviously, we're not going to be able to play all 3 chords together in this position because you can play 1 and 3 or 1 and 5, but not together. So rather than use the C at the 10th position, we're going to go up to the C in the 15th position on the A string. So 1, 3, and 5, we'll use the same 5, but we use, instead of this 3, we'll use the one here, 14th position of the D string. So your major triad will sound like this, played in tune. Now you want to remember, consonant sounds. You hear this chord all the time, not necessarily on a fretless bass, but you hear this chord all the time in popular music. The minor has a flat 3, which is a smaller interval between 1 and 3. So that sound is more like this. Now you can also invert a chord. The inversion is putting a different note in the root position. So instead of 1, 3, 5, you can say put your 5th, which would be the second inversion, in the root position. So instead of playing 1, 3, 5, you would play 5, 1, 3. Again, you want to go for a consonant sound. It's the same notes, but because you use a different note in the bass position, the sound is a little bit different. You can also put the third in the root position. So in that case we would take E and probably use the E here. So instead of C, E, G, we would play E, G, and C. So a little difficult to play on a fretless in this position, but we can play it here. And it sounds fine. Again, consonant sounds. Playing in tune. Get your hands and your ears used to doing this.